Nie in ons naam nie.
Not in our name.
Not in our name.
Rekopani mona, not just to host another program or event. Impa rekopani mona to confront one of the deepest wounds in our democracy, which is gender-based violence and femicide, which has proven to be a pandemic for our country. And silence is not an option. This month's Indaba takes place during the 16 days of activism for non-violence against women and children. But for far too many families, GBV and F is not a 16-day campaign, but it is a daily emergency.
Those that are abusive are driven by 5 factors we mentioned in Busabe. Being the culture, which we want to treat it as static when culture is evolving, tradition, custom, to a certain extent, even our religious inclination and the pattern of life. So I'm going to then put before you that meeting of minds where we must begin to work very hard to answer to your question, why us, must be subjected to an intense discussion.
Gender-based violence remains widespread across all 5 districts, affecting women, children, LGBTQIA+, individuals, persons with disabilities, and migrant communities. Domestic violence and intimate partner violence remain among the top reported offenses in many police stations, particularly Mangaung, Lejwe-Leputswa, and Thabo Mfutsanyana. Our government cannot fight this alone. Each one of us, men in particular, needs to stand up and declare, not in the Free State, not on our watch.
Men who wear ties and suits must stop demanding sex from young girls, including interns, to secure permanent employment. Stop it! It is wrong, it is unethical, it is unprofessional, and it is abominable.
We have to take a no-nonsense approach in dealing with gender-based violence. Domestic Violence Act has been changed. Criminal law, sexual offenses and related matters have been changed. Criminal and related matters amendments as well, 2021 has been changed. What we are currently working on is the first legislation, Criminal Procedure Act, where women across the country have requested that there must be no bail for sexual offenders.
Recent crime statistics for the first 2 quarters of 25 and 26 financial year paint a worrying picture, and despite there being a drop in serious crimes around the country, contact sexual offenses and attempted sexual offenses have gone up. And as we have heard, every day across this beautiful country of ours, the safety and dignity of women and children is being undermined by the actions of violent men who abuse our women. I'm not here to criticize all men. We are here because we see the men of our country as a solution. And we know that across this country, there are millions of good and decent men and boys who would never even consider abusing or hurting a woman. Men of South Africa, I call on you to stand up and be counted. Let the men stand up and say, not in our name. We will protect the women of South Africa. And we will respect the rights of the women of South Africa. As you are still on your feet, gender-based violence will fall when men rise, when men stand up like you are standing today, that's when gender-based violence will fall.
Re batla re lebohe bontate ba bileng teng kopanong ya kajeno, re lebohe haholoholo mopremiri ka ho ba resilient le ho insist hore kopano e jwalo e tswele pele. Ke kopano e le reng teng ho tlile batho ba bontate ba reng e seng lebitsong la bona. Re tswela pele re sa tjho re not in our name, banna, basadi, bashimane, banana re kopane kgahlano le GBV.